Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Virtual Encounters. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. India have done fantastically well in Olympics, surpassing the London Olympics medal tally of 6. This time they won 7 medals, 1 gold, 2 silver medals and 4 bronze medals. Now it's time for Paralympics. India, they have sent its biggest contingent of 54. Last time they had sent 19. So what can they do this time around? Well, to talk more on this, we have a legend with us, decorated para-athlete and India's lone women Paralympic medalist. Welcome Deepa Malik, welcome to DD India. First of all, how have you been doing?
I'm fine. We've just had a very enthusiastic send-off ceremony, virtual, of course, but yes, it was nice to see loads of good wishes and messages coming in, and especially from the seniors in the governance. So it automatically shifts the focus of the country to Paralympics now.
Hmm. Right, Deepa, you are the current president of PCI, Paralympic Committee of India. Transition from a player to the administrator. Uh, 2016 Rio, you had won a silver medal, and how is the feeling now? How has been the transition from a player to the administrator?
I think it's been a beautiful transition because it is nothing but extension of almost the same line of work because you are still connected to the sport you love so much,
Hmm.
and now you become a medium to enable others to come forward, participate, and coming from an athletics or sporting background. I mean, athletics comes so naturally to me. Coming from a sporting background, one is very tuned to the needs of the athletes. There is a comfort zone in talking to the athletes. So the federation work, of course, is a little different. I had to learn a lot, adapt a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a very outdoor person. To sit inside the office and sit on the desk in front of the computer, laptop nowadays. This is
Yeah.
the world, attending meetings, and but the purpose is the same. The purpose is that of promoting para sports.
Yeah.
The purpose is celebrating para sports and empowering people in disability through sports. So
Hmm.
I've really enjoyed the transition.
Hmm, absolutely. Transition, it must have been a little difficult, but again, you are giving back to the sport. Deepa, not wasting time and coming to the preparations of the athletes. Last time around, we had sent 19 athletes at Rio, if I'm not
Absolutely.
wrong. This time around, we are sending 54. First of all, uh, 54 contingent, it's the largest ever contingent, Indian
Absolutely.
contingent.
Yes.
How has been the preparations of the athletes?
Preparations have been very good because
Hmm.
athletes are in good mental health and physical health, which is very
Hmm.
important at the time. They are very confident about their performances, which is reflecting during the trials. Or if those who have being chosen by name, their world rankings and their seedings, for example, badminton, we have number ones, and on that kind of a ranking, they have got selected. Uh,
Yeah.
in There's a very strong athletics squad.
Hmm.
Let's talk about javelin. Let's talk about high jump. I'll be least surprised if there'll be like in high jump, all three medals are ours. And you just see the tricolor going up.
Yeah.
Very happy that badminton is now being introduced into Paralympic sport, and
Hmm.
we have world number ones with us. We have Pramod Bhagat, we have Parul Parmar, and team is looking very good. They have worked very hard. Also happy that there are some new sports in the Paralympics from India. The participation will definitely add to the awareness, and you never know, they just come back with a medal, and I'm really looking forward to that. And all these entries, female entries have increased, and that's something which is very soul satisfying for me. uh,
Yeah.
we were just three of us in last Paralympics. This
Hmm.
year there are 14 of them going. We have para canoeing, that's a girl. We have para taekwondo, that's a girl. We have para table tennis, there's a two girls. So in new sports from India, showing their representation at Paralympics, The girls are there, so it's interesting. And even powerlifting.
Okay.
Of course, we had a setback in powerlifting because India was not permitted to travel and participate
Hmm.
when it came to going for your qualifiers. So we had to make do with the bipartite entry that had come. But nonetheless, Jaideep and Sakina Khatun are looking very good. Um, Javelin, of course, history has already been created. The whole country
Yeah.
loves Javelin now. And we have 8 Javelin players going. And when
Yeah.
talk about preparations, I have to take this opportunity to thank Ministry of Sports. I have to thank all the support that has come from through the Target Olympic Podium scheme and teams division. Radhika ma'am and her team has been so proactive, and they have worked hand in hand with us.
Hmm.
I'm really happy to see this kind of a collaboration between a federation and the government body.
But we want to know from you, ma'am. You are the best person, I think, to answer this question. From 19 last time to 54,
Yes.
who deserves the most the credit? Is the athletes who have qualified, or is the federation, is the government who have supported the athletes? Because it's a big leap, 19 to 54.
No success is singular.
Yeah.
Sports itself teaches us that it's a teamwork.
Hmm.
I definitely give a lot of credits to the athletes who have come forward and participated and
Hmm.
focused.
Yeah.
But kudos to the inclusive policies,
Hmm.
kudos to the developmental, kind of focus towards para sports. And I would also give it to federation's efforts. We have really done our best to select the best.
Hmm.
We have uh, ensured during the COVID times also we have proper selection trials. We give them an international standard selection trials with all electronic trackers and electronic measuring machines, distance measuring machines. We have photo finish cameras. We have made call rooms to make them
Hmm.
experience the international standard because they were not able to go out. And in fact, if the pandemic was not there, the squad would have been much larger because there is still a lot of talent in the pipeline. The
Hmm.
newer ones that we have discovered
Yeah.
and we are nurturing who could not make it to a international level classification process.
Hmm.
Otherwise, there could have been more, in the squad.
Yeah.
So it's a
Okay.
combined effort. Without the focus of the governance, it wouldn't have been possible. Without the support of the funding through the Target Olympic Podium scheme, which has given them the liberty to customize their training.
Yeah.
Uh, they have got the best quality assistive aids. They have got prosthetics. They have received high-end wheelchairs,
Yeah.
and even the equipment has reached them at their home. Proper
Hmm.
nutrition, proper supplements.
Very
So,
important.
and when I say ability to customize, they have also been funded for the kind of support staff they get.
Yeah.
So they need, because I have myself been an athlete, I understand there are certain very dependent categories which needs a lot of supporting staff. We've had webinars around mental well-being, nutrition.
Hmm.
So I would say that it's definitely the right combination and the correct, recipe of the ingredients being put right. I will be able to say that with a little bit of more command once we come back, because
Yeah.
the results will tell that yes, the process was right.
You look so confident, very, very confident that India, they are going to do better than the last time at Rio.
Definitely much, much better.
So, Deepa, last time we had won 4 medals, and what all sports now have the best bet?
Okay. Last time, all the 4 medals had come from athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
This time, like I said, badminton looks pretty strong.
Okay.
We have Parul Parmar, she is world
Mm-hmm.
number one. We have
Mm.
Pramod Bhagat. We have Tarun going there. We have Suhas, who has worked very hard despite his role as the DM of Noida. He has taken time and continued, and he's world number three.
Yeah.
So if he can continue the same seeding and performance, definitely is going to be in a medal. So that's even the doubles team. Palak is
Hmm.
the youngest ever from the country to go for Paralympics. A little girl
She's just
who
18,
has,
right?
yes, she's
She's just
very,
18. Yeah.
yeah, she's very young.
Yeah.
And they have all stayed together, trained together in Lucknow
Hmm.
under coaching of Gaurav Khanna ji.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I talk about shooting. Shooting, also, for example, Rubina. Rubina has qualified with the world record.
Hmm.
And other shooters, Manish, we have Singh Raj. They are looking very promising. Archery, we have an Asian gold medalist. Harvinder is there. Vivek Chikara has held a good ranking, one
Hmm.
of the best rankings. We have Jyoti, who has got the bipartite entry, and team archery medal looks pretty good to me. I
Hmm.
mean, that's where I see.
Hmm.
TT girls, Bhavina and Sonal are working very hard. They could surprise us because the
Hmm.
kind of arrangements for training they have received, they have even got a complete full-fledged table reaching them.
Wow.
Yash, our swimmer, and Niranjan has just joined. He's the last one to join. He
Hmm.
suddenly got a slot entry and his preparations were worth it. So Niranjan Mukundan has joined as a swimmer. Otherwise, Suyash, if you follow him on Insta, you see his training. That boy has been tremendous. And every
Okay.
day I get a call from him and he says, Madam, I could surprise you. And I really want to get surprised.
Wow.
Athletics, of course, I can just go on talking about athletics. We have world
24,
record holders.
24
We
are
have
going, right? Athletics?
24 and four
Wow.
girls.
Hmm.
So we have so many. When we had the final selection trial for athletics, we had 14 of them out of 24 in top three world rankings, current world rankings. If we
Hmm.
compare it to the current, the MES qualification, the MQS qualification list that you see on the website, and you compare the distance. So 14 of them look so bright in top three positions,
Hmm.
and out of which eight of them are between fourth and fifth position. So you never know how and when that can translate into a medal. And the rest
Yeah.
are all diploma positions.
You've taken so many names, and it looks like you are very, very optimistic, very, very positive, and who knows,
Absolutely. And why not?
we might get, I mean, we might get medals in double figures. Also, who knows? I
The
didn't want
double
to take
figure
the.
word has now become a very cliched one. But let me put it this way, Abhishek. Last time we had doubled the Olympic score and made
Yeah.
everyone happy.
Hmm.
Seven, maybe we double it again. You never know.
Yeah. Fingers
I just
crossed.
want, I pray, and I really hope
Yeah.
they are in good health and in good mental health. We are
Yeah.
trying our best.
Yeah.
I have a very strong communication with all the athletes because there's no barrier. I have played with
Yeah.
them, I have trained with them. They can easily call up, they
That's
can
all.
talk
Yeah.
anytime. Very,
Hmm.
I think I'm a very hands on president.
Wow, great. We'll talk about that, your experience as a president. But again, you, Devendra Acharya, Mariyappan Thangavelu, you all have been legends. Two of them are still taking part in Tokyo. But how, I want to know from you, how do you keep yourself motivated? People pass their peak at 30 in sports, and you started competing at the age of 36. We want to know your experience. What motivated you? Who encouraged you to play professional sport?
See, for me, it was a journey of searching for an identity, which was
Hmm.
an identity which would defy all these connotations, the negativity thrown at us, the stereotypical taboos around disability, that a woman in
Hmm.
disability cannot travel, a woman in disability cannot be called a fit woman, adventure, outdoor, picnic, travel, fashion. They were no longer a part of my identity. However, that was me. And when the paralysis happened, I did not want a wheelchair lady to become my identity. So I was
Hmm.
craving for something to do, and I started off as a biker. Then I did a lot of adventure motorsports rallies, and then I learned about these Paralympic sports at the age of 36. I joined as a swimmer, and at 40, I thought that maybe I would be better. Like my elders, my mentors in para sports guided me that you should try your hand at athletics. So I learned javelin at the age of 39, and and 40 I came to play for the Commonwealth Games, and rest is history. I'm very proud of my javelin and shot put achievements. And in 2018, I even learned and made a medal in discus. And
Hmm.
for 3 consecutive Asian Games, I took the javelin medal
Yeah.
with a new Asian record each time.
Hmm.
So the javelin glory is really, I'm so happy that I'm one of them. And Neeraj has just given so much joy to the country and love for the
Yeah.
javelin. And again in Tokyo, you will see Devendra, Sandeep Chaudhary,
Yeah.
Ajit, Sumit Antil, Navdeep, Tek Chand, Ranjit Bhati. All of them are super javelin throwers.
Hmm. Deepa, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has been very, very vocal, very, very interactive. He interacts with the players also.
Yes,
Uh, Talking to the players who lose also, he motivates them. We saw what happened when Indian women's hockey team lost. He personally
absolutely.
spoke to the players. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur also, he also gives
Yes.
encouraging words. Does that make a lot of difference?
Of course, it does.
Hmm.
After all, who has chosen the prime minister?
Hmm.
The governing body, the government is chosen by the people.
Yeah.
It is of the people and for the people.
Hmm.
So when the nation's head, the prime minister, calls up and consoles or rejoices
Hmm.
the achievements or the losses of the players, and he's there right next to you, patting your shoulder, congratulating you. I think it's it's a message from the entire 130 crore Indians. After all, it's a love of the country that comes through his phone call or through his words of motivation. And
Hmm.
that is the biggest joy for any athlete who is actually working round the clock for the glory
True.
of the country and for the tricolor.
Hmm.
So this is a really a beautiful gesture and an important one, because when the
Yeah.
prime minister himself shows
Yeah.
interest uh, in the achievement, in the participation of
Hmm.
athletes,
Hmm.
automatically we are moving to becoming a sport loving nation.
Sporting nation. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the
Hmm.
medals of a country depends on the playing population of the country, not
Yeah.
the population of the country.
True that.
So when people see that yes, there is glory, there is respect, there is love, there is acceptance when
Hmm.
you play sports for your country,
Hmm.
automatically we'll have more people inspired to play.
True that. True that. And also, how did you deal with COVID times? I mean, must have been very, very difficult for the athletes. How did PCI make sure that athletes practice, train at the same time, and also taking care of the COVID appropriate behavior? Uh, Following all the protocols must have been very, very difficult, and coordination from the PCI to the players. And you know that Paralympics or the Olympics have been cancelled, postponed. In fact, I should say, how difficult was it for the athletes and for the PCI also, the coordination I'm talking about?
I know everybody must have gone through their share of uncertainties
Hmm.
and challenges, but communication was the key. We
Yeah.
kept in touch very closely with them. We
Hmm.
had interactive sessions, we had webinars on mental health, we had but I would give it to a huge support coming from Sports Authority of India also,
Okay.
because they kept very closely in touch and provided them the right kind of atmosphere to train,
Hmm.
keeping the athletes in a bio bubble in training camps.
Yeah.
And I think now an Indian athlete is also evolved.
Okay.
They have started using sports sciences around their training due to the help of and the opportunity to customize their training.
Hmm.
Mm, Today's athlete is an educated athlete because we
Hmm.
educate them
Okay.
through these webinar programs. We are sharing our experiences of our preparation, and people have understood that if you are disciplined and if you follow the right protocols, the right nutrition, the right diet, touchwood, I've been really lucky. The athletes have been very, very disciplined, very focused. So it'll all come together very well. And even now, We have had sensitization training with them. This time it's a very digitalized kind of
Yeah.
sporting event. You have to have applications in your phone, you have to download certain apps, and you have to keep uploading your COVID reports. So yes, we've been educating them time and again and in regular touch. That has So COVID has been a kind of a silver lining in the cloud, which has taught us this uh, beautiful way of communicating, which is quick, convenient, fast, and you can have it as many times as possible, and you right from the comfort of your room without disturbing their training.
Yeah, communication, I think Deepa is very, very important, and you are saying
Yes,
that you all were in touch with the athletes, which
very
must have
close
been
touch.
very, very important. Okay, just two questions before we wrap it up. Realistically, we want to know from the PCI president and the decorated para athlete, 2016 silver medal winner, how many medals are we expecting? Realistic chances?
I don't want to jeopardize or jinx anything. I have this superstition
Just,
about.
just a ballpark, just a rough figure.
um, I think a dozen plus
Okay.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that is what my, and I'm not giving you exact number because I am a little superstitious about talking about it.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
ahead
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
time.
I get
Let
your point.
time speak for itself. And I don't want to put my athletes under any pressure by
Yeah.
saying itne
Yeah.
medal. I just want them to go out there, be safe,
And enjoy the game.
not get intimidated by
Yeah.
all this
Mm.
protocols of COVID and
Yeah.
restrictive training areas.
Yeah.
I just want them to go relax, absolutely without any pressure, and just, even if they perform what they are performing here in India right now,
They'll do well. They'll win
they
medals.
are comfortably in the medal. So I just
Mm.
don't want to push them into any pressure. I want them to enjoy their sport, the whole experience. With a great difficulty, we have been, bestowed with this opportunity to have Paralympics,
Mm.
and I make an appeal through your channel, through your this particular program, to all the Indians
Mm.
to please follow and watch.
Yeah.
DD will be broadcasting, Eurosports will be broadcasting. Please follow para sports. It's nothing but inspiration and more inspiration.
Absolutely. Last question before we wind it up here. What do you want to tell to those people who face difficult challenges in life, maybe paralysis or maybe some injury, uh, but they get demotivated? We hear stories from you, and we hear stories from others also of mental health, suicides. What do you want to tell them? How do you make them positive?
See, pandemic itself has taught us that
Yeah.
we as humans, it's a very
Hmm.
strong race. We are very adaptive. If
Yeah.
we look more towards the solutions than the problems,
Hmm.
life is possible. It is I am possible and not impossible. And
Yeah.
all you need to do is just follow the life journeys of the para sports persons, the para athletes, every Paralympian, for that matter, every sports person. You will understand how empowering it is to play sports. So I would say that if anything is demoralizing you or your life is coming to a dead end, just get out and play. When you
Yeah.
play, you sweat it out, you get your blood circulation going, and you sweat, and then you inhale more oxygen. It just detoxifies your system in every which way. It is a
Hmm.
very good way of socializing. And now that I know COVID pandemic is there, you cannot really go out there, but then there are a lot of individual sport also. You can go for a jog, you can cycle, you can maintain a safe distance and play badminton, anything. I mean, you just go out there and play, and the rest will all fall in place.
Absolutely. So many advices that you have given, and so many options also you have given. There's no point in getting disappointed, and you are the biggest example of the inspiration. You dared to dream, and they had the passion and the determination to work hard, and this is what you are the biggest example. And what you have done for the country, I don't know if anybody can be able to do that. But
Thank you.
hope I think is the biggest word here. And seriously, you are such a big example, such a positive energy you are. Thank you so much, Deepa. Thank you so much for
Thank
giving us
you. And
your precious
I'm,
time, and
thank
all the
you.
best for the Paralympics. Hope
Thank
we
you. And
win
I totally
more and
feel
more medals.
fortunate. Totally feel fortunate that Till now, I have worked only for my medals, but now I'm working
Yeah.
with 54 athletes, and I'm able to contribute my experience, my abilities to win more medals for the country.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we hope we have 10, 12 medals, and we'll definitely speak after the games get over. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Look
so much.
forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.